Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyane. I am a practicing advocate. I'm not a former advocate. Some of you have been asking me whether I'm still in practice. I am still in practice. Tomorrow morning, I'll be in the Pretoria High Court. Anyway, let us get into the business of the day. The business of the day today is Gininda again. Gininda, 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 and Gininda again. I'll keep on going back to this man because he has styled himself the lead investigator in this trial. Although we know one of his colleagues denied that Gininda was ever the lead investigator in this matter. What is it about Gininda this time? This time around, let us look at how the police responded when they heard that Senzo Meyiwa had been shot in Khumalo's mother's house. Gininda says this theory that they were intruders was based on the fact that the people in the house had informed him that they were intruders and that they ran away in the direction of the park. That is what he relies on. He says that having relied upon the version or the explanation given by the people in the house, he then formed an opinion that they were intruders. Remember, the people in the house themselves were suspects. These were the last people to have been seen with Senzo on that fateful night. So Gininda gets information from possible suspects who tell him and his colleagues that there were intruders in the house who ran out in the direction of the park. So Gininda just decided to focus away from the people in the house because of an explanation that he got from the people in the house themselves. In other words, if the people in the house, let us say for argument's sake, had done something to Senzo and reported to the police that, oh, well, there were intruders here and they ran in the direction of the park, the police would then be thrown off the trail, right? Thrown off the trail, run after those people when possibly the person involved or the key person involved in the house, in the murder, was actually in the house. What a slope investigation. What a one-sided investigation. What a despicable investigation it was. Now let us look at what he says about Ntanzi. He says Ntanzi approached him and indicated that he wanted to make a confession to implicate all the other accused persons in this matter. Okay, let us go on with Gininda. That is what Gininda says. Gininda says among some of the things that Ntanzi, Bongani Ntanzi, yes, told him was that he was in the house and so on and so forth, and that accused number 5, among others, was the driver. And a few others were left outside, so that only 2 of them got into the house. This is how he tells the court Ntanzi's confession went. But in that confession, Gininda also concedes that Bongani Ntanzi told him that they had been sent or were doing this at the behest of Khumalo. You get that? Bongani Ntanzi, in that so-called confession, then says to Brigadier Bongani Gininda, Kelly was the mastermind. This is the person who hired us to come and kill Senzo. Okay. Now, the thing that makes you wonder is this. Why did Gininda at that stage not arrest Kelly Khumalo? He says there was a warrant of arrest issued for Kelly Khumalo, which was never executed. He then hides behind what he calls a prosecution-led investigation. I don't buy that story. Do you know why I don't buy it? I don't buy it because in a prosecution-led investigation, it would be the most bizarre thing for investigators to identify a suspect through one of the alleged perpetrators of the crime, and for the prosecutors in the matter then to ignore such crucial information because it is supposed to be a prosecution-led investigation. That is not true. That is not false. I wouldn't buy that story at all. Gininda had to be cross-examined on this. And he had to be cross-examined on this. It is a pity that when the matter goes on appeal, and when the matter goes on appeal, I'm going to stand up for this. And whoever will be doing the matter on appeal, I will be just on his shoulder. Because Gininda cannot tell us that Kelly Khumalo was not arrested in spite of the fact that he says Bongani Ntanzi identified her as the mastermind behind the killing of Senzo. Because this was a prosecution-led investigation. That is not true. That is a blue lie. It is a blue lie. And above all, or just to, put everything in context, Gininda does not even say to us who those prosecutors were, who were driving that investigation. What kind of a prosecutor would drive an investigation that leaves out key suspect or the most important suspect in the whole commission of the crime? And then you say, okay, let me continue with the foot soldiers. Leave out the mastermind. Oh, well, because this is a prosecution-led investigation. The prosecutors have said we must leave her out. And you proceed then to go after the trigger pullers, if you can call the rest of the accused persons in the dock the trigger pullers. It does not make sense. I have always said there cannot be a foot soldier without a mastermind. Every crime in which there is a mastermind, there are foot soldiers. And where there are foot soldiers, there's a mastermind. The mastermind in this case was Kelly Khumalo, and she was clearly identified by Bongani Ntanzi according to Gininda's own testimony in court. What is going on here? I've got a lot of work to do. Dear viewers, dear subscribers, please support me in this initiative. I am not just making YouTube channels. It is not about the money. It is about the justice for Senzo. I know that a lot of you are with me. Please be with me throughout this journey. It's going to be a difficult one, but we will make it through. Justice is not for sale. Justice is not for the rich. Justice is for us all. Having said that, I will see you in the next episode. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. Right? And have a nice day. Thank you.